From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Everything Medical has been your complete source for medical supplies since 2007. Our 10,000 square foot showroom has the largest selection of home medical equipment in the North State. We have what you need. Everything Medical, Athens Avenue, Reading.
Well, it's leading up to this. This is something I've been talking about all week, even since last week. And the heat wave I've been talking about, it's going to be here today. Now, the inland areas, the mountains, that's where we're going to feel it. This is that time, these times when the coast can brag about the fact that they get more beautiful weather when we have these heat waves heading through Northern California. And you know, the thing is, that's just it. I mean, anywhere you go in Northern California, there's at least some kind of a heat advisory or an excessive heat warning. But for the coast, you don't have that because it's not going to be too hot for you. So again, the main story is the heat wave starts today. It peaks over the weekend, but next week, not as hot, but there's something to that. You take a look at the trend here. You see how it peaks over the weekend, as I mentioned, but temperatures start to drop. But look at this. By Thursday and even into next Friday, there's going to be another uptick in those temperatures. Maybe another little mini heat wave heading our way. But we've got to get through this one first, right? We're talking 100 degrees for the inland areas today, low 60s for the coast, even some clearing for the coast today. We're over 100 degrees out in Trinity County with sunny skies. There's the heat. It's moving and expanding in our region. It peaks for your Saturday and Sunday, and then it will start to shift eastward as we go into Wednesday. Now, there's Wednesday, the cooler air pushing that heat to the south and east. Good, we're seeing our temperatures drop. But this will kind of stall out and weaken, and will allow this heat to expand into our region. Now, the thing is, as we go into Thursday, Friday of next week, yes, it's expanding into our region, but it's not going to be directly over us. The main bubble of heat is right here. So the center of the heat is right here, but as it gets stronger and expands, it will do that. So the outer edges of that is where we're going to be. And that means we're going to be looking at those temperatures just increasing as we go, but it's not going to be what we're going to experience this weekend. But let's get through this weekend first, right? And then kind of deal with next week. But here's what it looks like for today. We're actually going to see some clearing for many of us along the coast. So we'll call it partly cloudy skies, but maybe even some brief periods of just sunny skies, I think, for many of us along the coast. And then we go into Saturday morning. There's the fog returning for most of us. And then it starts to clear out again for Saturday afternoon. But another thing we got to watch are the waters. They're going to be looking at increasing wave heights. There's a small correct advisory that expires at 5 p.m. on Saturday, which includes the immediate coast of Crescent City, up northward, and then out to sea here, you can see a small correct advisory that'll expire midnight Saturday night. And here's the reason why. Look at these wave heights. We're going to take you into this afternoon. They're already beginning to increase, but take a look at Saturday. Those wave heights getting upwards of 9, 10, even 11 feet. So just be aware of that if you're a boater or a fisherman. Take a look at the marine forecast. Those winds from the northwest at 5 knots, 5 to 10 knots. Waves from the north at 4 feet at 6 seconds, and from the west at 2 feet at 11 seconds. Here is your Trinity County Fair, and the conditions not so fair, are they? We're getting up to over 100 degrees today, and the peak during kind of the peak of when people are out there too is going to be over the weekend. So just be careful, right? Take care of each other. Watch over each other. Make sure everybody's hydrated and staying cool. Get in the shade whenever you can. But most of all, have fun if you can out there. All right, here's what it looks like for Trinity County today. Yeah, you're over 100 degrees for most of us, but even Ruth getting pretty warm at about 96. 100 in Hoopa, 101 for Willow Creek, and there are those low to mid 60s out along the immediate coast. Here is your 7-day forecast. And you can see Hoopa, you're up to about 100 degrees today and over that here through the weekend. But temperatures do start to drop for next week. That's also the case for Weaverville. Much warmer there, though. We're down to 96 on Wednesday, but there you can see that uptick in our temperatures by the end of next week. And your 7-day forecast for Eureka, low to mid 60s for the next 7 days. It's pretty much status quo for the coast, right? You just don't see much variation in those temperatures, where we're going to be looking at anywhere from 61 to 64 degrees under partly to mostly cloudy skies.